The Prime Minister speaks to the aftermath of Hurricane Matthew and the way forward to rebuild parts of the Bahamas. Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis. The damage was severe and the road ahead could be a costly one for the government. Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie has visited Grand Bahama and Andros, those islands greatly impacted by the storm. During a live news conference from NEMA's headquarters, the Prime Minister updated the country on steps being taken by the government to bring relief. Clint Watson has a recap.
A comprehensive plan released and unveiled by Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie in recovery mode for the Bahamas following the passage of Hurricane Matthew. The Prime Minister giving a detailed account of the financing as well as bringing involved every agency involved in the recovery effort to ensure Bahamians are kept informed. He is also, one of the things he's done is to appoint a government minister to be responsible for the national coordination of relief and recovery efforts. That is, of course, the Honorable Shane Gibson. Mr. Gibson joins me now to talk really about this national valiant effort. It is a giant effort, really signaling the commitment of the Prime Minister and the seriousness of the government in executing recovery right away.
Absolutely, and obviously, as was stated earlier, this is not a government's effort. This is a national effort. I was around during the restoration of Hurricane Jane, Francis, and Wilma, where we had an opportunity to work extensively with the islands of basically Eleuthera, Abaco, and Grand Bahama, and a small portion of New Providence, but really it was Grand Bahama, Abaco, and New Providence. When you look at the population of those three islands compared to New Providence alone, and when you look at the entire southern coast of New Providence being adversely affected primarily by flooding, a bit of roof damage as well, but mostly flooding, we have to know that we are in for a long haul. The damages were extensive. You now have basically, I would say, maybe a quarter to a third of New Providence, and you have Grand Bahama. And lest I be misunderstood, I need to clarify that when we speak about Grand Bahama, because we only really mention between Freeport and West End, but we're also talking about Jonestown, we're talking about Sea Grape, we're talking about Pinedale, we're talking about Hannah's Hill, Holmes Rock, Bamboo Town, as well as Martin and Russell Towns. And so those areas were also severely impacted by this hurricane. And this is a team effort. I didn't come here to introduce anything new to NEMA. They already have a structure in place as to how they go about dealing with these types of disasters and the recovery and the restoration phases. And so I'm here to lend all the support and to see how we can, as best as possible, be as responsive as we can to those persons who have been negatively impacted, having regard to the fact that this is something that we have never seen before when you look at the volume of individuals and families who have been negatively impacted by this hurricane.
Thank you, Minister Gibson, for talking with us. And it's going to cost a significant amount of money. The Prime Minister said to the financial team to clear something of $100 million and finding out how you can raise that money and be able to get that kind of money, even with private sector and with the commercial banks, to be able to ensure that there is enough capital to be able to meet the needs. He also laid out a comprehensive plan for financing, including the exigency orders and also including how they would be able to get bonds to be able to help finance the program, as well as working with private sector and removing duty and VAT on many goods that are coming in, particularly that NEMA will use. It's a comprehensive plan that you will be hearing throughout the coming days and weeks ahead as the government begins to implement it to ensure that the people of the Bahamas return back to normalcy in the shortest possible time. The one thing standing out, no doubt, across the Bahamas, despite all of the despair and hope, despite all of the despair and concern, is the fact that the Bahamian spirit, the indomitable Bahamian spirit, remains alive and well, and they hope that spirit will carry Bahamians through even the darkest hour. At the National Emergency Management Agency headquarters, Clint Watson, ZNS Network News. Back to you.